Nashville, Tennessee. Music City. That's right. Your boy Izzy Presley will be there. Rockin' Pod Expo. August 6th through the 8th. Will I be alone? You just have to wait and see. Because I may either bring the Mississippi Queen. I may bring the face of Metal Edge Magazine, or maybe even the voice of God himself. You just gotta come and see. Yes, I will be there, but don't forget, there will be rare hair. There will be my little brother, Ace Von Johnson. There will be the brothers and the Talisman. There will be people that have had this strap long before me, even though I bought it out of a box of gimmicks. The great Matt Pinfield, the great Mark Goodman, and yes, even the almighty Ricky Rackman. So what I'm telling you people, out there in internet land, run, do not walk to your ticket office and get your candy ass, cretinous humanoid butts down to Nashville, Tennessee, baby, Music City, for the Rockin' Pod Expo. You know I'm traveling in style, baby. I'm Izzy Presley, and he approved this message.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an outerworld bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick!
Oh my God! This is how great this is starting off. I forgot to change the intro, and the intro that we had was the intro that we had for Michael Sweet with the beeps. How fitting is that we have it for Faster Fucking Pussycat? I have an intro that I beeped out all the fucks for Michael Sweet, and I forgot to change it, and now we got Faster Fucking Pussycat in the house, and I forgot to change it. But that's okay.
Beep.
Hello, Hollywood. Hello, bro.
Thank you.
And hello, my loyal minions. It is
up?
and as always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and this is another fucking podcast. Metal Edge Magazine's another fucking podcast.
It's another beeping something.
It is something.
Fuck fest.
Yeah, right.
Fucking fuck.
Oh
What-
God, you
What is
might
it?
wanna-
I'm leaning in to get. I'm trying to get closer to read Tammy's hat. I'm like, what is it? And I'm not getting any closer to read it.
Kill
Or
yourself.
die trying. Gotcha.
trying.
All right.
It's fucking beautiful.
Okay.
Hit all the socials at Real Izzy Presley, all the across the board, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course at AC is Tribute, and of course at Metal Edge Magazine. The Facebook is at Another Effing Podcast. You can click that Shop Now button and buy all of the great T-shirts that I have available. Not all us yet, but we'll get there. Paul Gargano, Metal
Maybe.
Edge Magazine, how you doing?
Maybe we'll get there.
Maybe we'll
Possibly
get there.
someday.
And as Eddie
It's hard
Trump-
enough. It's hard enough getting me to show up. It's hard enough getting me to show up on time. You want T-shirts too? Come on.
right? Returning for the first time since I think an Easter episode that we did over here, Danny Slim Tender Nordahl, and for the first time, the fucking the boss of Faster Fucking Pussycat, Taime Downe.
Jamie's here too.
I know.
Did you see what Danny did there? Did you see what he did there?
Who are
Jamie's
those
here
guys
too.
behind you? The puppets. The angry old
Those
puppets.
are the judges from the Muppet Show.
Yes.
Yes, because that's me. I'm the third one. I'm just a cranky old fart that sits here and
I'm the
criticizes
fourth
shit
one.
all day. What? You're the
Yeah.
fourth one. Fantastic. And then I got Animal over here. This is actually a dog toy, but it sits over here and does this thing.
Oh.
So yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
that's the tour of Paul's stuffed animal collection.
Take us around your house and your other.
We're
Muppet
like-minded.
showdown.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
So what's going on with you guys?
Go ahead, Paul. I'm
Can we
sharing
switch
this.
that
Oh
around?
yeah, I'm watching it.
We're going to
I'm-
interview you.
This is such a shit show. We're like we should just start all over. So
Okay,
with
the
the
puppet.
act, it says it all. Act right in front. Danny, Danny? You should be running this show. What's going on? I thought you were in charge.
We're going to flip it around. We're going to interview you, Izzy.
Okay.
I said stupid. Shoot.
It's Danny's fucking podcast.
You gotta-
Danny's gonna be
You
doing
got
it.
to fuck one, marry one, kill one. Your wife, your mother, Oprah. Go.
Oh God. Well, I mean, Oprah's the one that's got to die, but then the fucking marry. I guess I gotta. I'm married to my wife already. I don't know. I can't kill my wife or my mother. That's not fair.
You don't have to answer this. I have no legal status here at all.
So how are you guys doing? We'll get this back on the tracks for 5 minutes or so.
NOLA is just come out.
Let's talk about NOLA. Let's talk about NOLA. So seriously though, NOLA is awesome.
Yes.
I know Izzy actually has a copy of it already.
I have my
Izzy's-
45 right here. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
He was nice enough to let me come by and pick it up so I could have it for the show and
So
do
you can
that.
save money on shipping.
Oh,
Oh, no. Tammy saved that for when he has to send me a letter.
I do. I printed it. I showed it to him. So I'm going to send him an email from the road, from the stamp somewhere.
The stamp that he bought.
The stamp.
Got his name on it.
So,
Everything.
so let's talk about NOLA a little bit. Let's before we go completely off the rails in another 6 seconds. I love what you guys did. And I know Taime, you and I have talked about this a lot, not on a podcast. But what made you decide to actually record a 45, put out a single, and not go the traditional full-length album route like everybody else has been doing forever?
Just because I didn't feel like finishing up a record. Right.
You only had 15 years. You only had 15.
It's different. It's different. I'd rather just keep releasing songs as they come out as opposed to a record. It's not the same day and age it was.
Yeah.
Everyone's just, as the kids call it, just dropping songs. So I don't care. Anytime anybody says that, I'm just like, they're putting them out. I don't give a shit. It's whatever. But yeah, we dropped it.
Dropped it.
What?
I
Did
suppose.
you pick it up? I don't know. So whatever.
Well, I suppose it's like, somebody puts a record out and yeah, it does great with their fans for like a week and then it just disappears. And this way,
You don't know about the other tracks and other stuff.
yeah,
So I
this
figured
way
we'll do 2 songs at a time. And then when there's 10 songs, then we'll put them all together and do a collection and then add a couple other songs, add some bonus shit, do a
Yep.
full album, full album, put some extra artwork, some unseen stuff, and just make it continuous, a bunch of shit throughout the year as opposed to out once and then that's the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Izzy, we're in the ballpark, same age. Didn't you love going to the record store and buying just the one song that you fucking like?
Oh yeah. Oh
And,
yeah. Yeah. And plus, Taime, you must have really listened to Gene Simmons on that Hot in the Shade tour because he had taught you well. Keep putting out shit for people to buy.
Oh yeah, that's why I just put out shit.
Just
Oh, yeah.
Not what I meant. No, the song's great. The cover's great on the B side. How long has this song been in the works?
It started that track when we started putting all together the new songs that we're putting out. That was started right at the finish when we finished Glory Hole. That was started right Katrina, right after Katrina. So it started there, and then I just didn't. When we were gathering the stuff, I was going through stuff, and that was just such a cool riff. I didn't want to forget about it, and it was just a cool song because it was like, I remember when that Katrina hit, and we had so many friends down there too.
Yeah,
so it was like,
I know. Katrina is this girl Taime used to date.
Oh,
And
shut
then there
up.
was the hurricane. Then there had the fucking name.
that was you.
Katrina hit then dropped. It hit then dropped. So
We dropped, then we picked it up.
Her name is
through it.
Her name is shit New Orleans.
I wish I had
baby name. And,
but that song started way back, and then we brought it in and retracked everything, and then we just thought it was a cool song. I didn't want to forget it.
So you're not kidding when you say that it took 15 years. I mean, it took you 16 years to finish the song.
Exactly.
I'm slow.
If you were to do
very slow.
If you were to do a full-length album of say 10 songs, it would take you
years.
150 years, so like
You know
3
what
Guns N' Roses records.
Same cycle as Haley's Comet.
Yeah, our new record comes on the comet. We got a ton of shit in the can. We're just not doing it all at once. And I just need. I'm interviewing Taime for a second.
Okay.
We did that Eagles of Death though song.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah,
that was great.
That was a fucking cool cover. It was for that Play It Forward for the
Oh yeah.
Alcon.
But we've been recording shit.
Yeah,
Just
we were just never finishing it.
I think a lot of bands are like that. In all fairness, you just start shit, and never get to finish it. And
Oh, we got so many songs that are unfinished. That there's like batch of right now 8 that are 2 are getting mixed right now, or starting to. We started over at Gilby's a couple days ago. We're gonna go in tomorrow or on Thursday and fix the guitar part on one of the songs, and then that song's gonna be mixed. And that's a song called Ghost.
there's so many wisecrack jokes that can be made with fixing the guitar part.
Oh yeah.
I like which guitar player do we pick on?
Well, no, it wasn't even a bad playing. It was we just got the Kemper, and we at that time when we were tracking that part, and we hadn't got it dialed in yet. We were just still figuring out, me and Sam. So
Yeah.
he played it, and we're gonna retrack it on a couple of Gilby's things. So
Cool.
we've since nailed the Kemper down, where we got some really good sounds.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
Sam Vans. He's the shit.
Are you what?
Go ahead.
I said, are you going to stick with the same formula of going an original song and a cover every time?
No, this happens to be this next one as well, and then the third one's gonna have two new songs.
2 originals. Very nice. Okay. Awesome. Do you have a timeline yet, or not really?
What I did find out is like our reorders for NOLA aren't coming out till October. So there's that time frame between when we can release vinyl. So
that's the big
wait a minute. So and the reorder that's gonna have keyboards on it, correct?
Well, it's on it. It's just I didn't put his name on it.
Oh, okay.
Tyson's on it. He just didn't have I forgot the credit because
it wasn't credited.
Tyson shit. It was already printed. So
yeah.
I had him. We sent it in the new artwork, and it'll be on the reissue.
See, and this goes back to Gene Simmons. This one has a misprint, so you have to get the other one that is correct. So you have to rebuy.
Yeah, the first one's.
And it'll make the first one a collector's item.
Yeah, exactly. First one's a collector's item.
Gene X.
For everyone except the keyboard player.
Like, fuck you guys.
No, I'm on here, I swear.
Speaking of covers, Lori from Australia checking in the chat room says he loves your version of NXS Don't Change.
Oh, that'll be on one of them too coming up. So today we tracked the drums for that over at Match where we did NOLA and the next batch of songs too.
Yeah, forget everything you just said. They're all covers.
All of them.
All covers.
We flip flop easily.
Yeah.
How much?
Do you know when the next?
How much?
Do you know when the next one's going to come out?
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Well, I don't know. It's depending on if I want to release it with the vinyl, or I'm
Gotcha. Okay.
going to put it out when it's done. If it's with the vinyl, it'll be November. And if we just go digitally, and then the vinyl when it comes out, it'll be probably a couple months.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes sense. After October, because it's going to be done. It's going to be done in a couple weeks. So the mixing and get track some drums on, some live drums on for what it's worth. We did some drums over at Sorum's, but when I went in to put the song together, I kind of chopped it up and built it kind of crazy. So it turned out really cool. But there's some live crashes and stuff that we don't have on it because I pulled the drums from the back end So we're gonna go and do a live, just take over the whole song for what it's worth. So over at Gilby's.
How much? How much?
Kind of like what we did with Pirate Love. We went and redid the drums over there because that Pirate Love was originally a demo that me and Danny started working on fucking 8 years ago or something like that too. So
Back when there were actual pirate
so we
ships.
retracked everything on that too, basically. So except for some of the vocals, so we're good.
How much of this stuff had Ace played on?
Yeah, Ace played on that. This is all new shit. Like NOLA was it's all brand new tracks. So it's
okay.
But Ace played a little bit on
Pirate Love.
Yeah, he played on Pirate Love, and then he played on one of the songs, Motorbike, that's going to be on the third one. But
nice.
We retracked all the guitars because the guitars that we tracked, it was just demo. So we were just experimenting with new plugins and different shit. I hadn't had everything dialed in. We had switched from Ant Farm and the Marshall in the living room to trying to figure out, just we were writing it. So it was like all the stuff needs to be retracked. It wasn't good enough quality. Just we wanted it to sound slamming. So we're retracking everything. Sam actually already retracked all that. So
You've been very active. I mean, you've been active with recording. I mean, you seem to have a lot of music coming out. Have you changed the way you approach recording? I mean, it's gotten to the point where you can like back when you started, you couldn't record in your house.
We always fucking figured out a way to record here, but it's like, yeah, we started with ADATs and computers linked to it and different shit. And now we've been doing different stuff. We went over to Matt Storms and did live drums over at his place. Then I was working on Pro Tools for 25 years or whatever, and recently switched over to Logic a few years ago, and that was a fucking learning curve and a half. It's like I'm too old to learn new shit. It's like
exactly.
But I've gotten to be productive now. So, but Gilby's still on Pro Tools and stuff too. A lot of my friends are still.
Why'd you make the switch?
Just because I was kind of pissed off at Pro Tools for all of a sudden having to rent it after owning it for 25 years. It was more like I was just kind of pissed. And like the whole DigiDesign support was like just, because I had a lot of friends that worked with me back in the days. And they just kind of it's one of those days gone by thing. And I was like, fuck it. I had a few friends that were Logic guys, and I wanted to get the new hardware. And so I went Universal Audio, which is badass shit. But this whole learning the Logic and just moving around, it's just like really was a pain in the ass. But
have you always
been
super involved in the recording process, or have you left that to other people? Like going back, like forget early Faster, but like Newly Deads, has it always been something you were?
That's what I learned.
Okay.
Right after Faster, I delved into learning books on actual recording, let alone sequencing and all the digital and shit. I learned just recording techniques in terms of miking, compression, and all that shit. I remember before I even going to Chicago, out on I was staying with Ricky in between, and I was out in the morning having coffee and then reading books on recording and shit way back then, like early 90s. Learning that shit. So yeah, then I just delved into. My motto is always like, if it sounds cool, go with it. Sometimes
it works.
Sometimes for the shit that we were doing, like even some of the Newly Dead shit, the more fucked up it sounded, the better it sounded. You know?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to dive into. We had this conversation with Tracy and Michael Sweet from Striper last week about Pro Tools, and there was this doctor guy on YouTube that took fucking Van Halen Running with the Devil and time corrected it because it was recorded live in the studio. So he time corrected it, and it totally fucked up the whole song.
Not on a click.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about, doing the live, like as a band, just jumping in the studio and just fucking recording it and going with the feel of it instead of having it so perfect on fucking on Pro Tools or Logic that you can't replicate it?
Yeah, we don't have that aspect anymore. We haven't.
The word perfection is.
I basically built the drums, and then I'll go like, Chad, play it like this time. You know what I mean? But everything else is already there. So
Yeah.
no, those days have been so. I kind of miss those days too. It's like, but even back in the old days with Faster, we'd have even Mark back in the old days, Michael's fucking having him play to it like a metronome and shit, even before the click days. You know what I
it
mean?
takes the feel out of it.
But it's like, got to play in somewhat of a time, a little bit. You know what I mean?
Izzy, also, we haven't rehearsed 15 years.
Never.
We just started rehearsing again. I'm not bullshitting you. And it's like, we're like, oh man, we could do so much. We could learn stuff. We could work. We've done like rehearsals. Hey, this is great.
I'm looking forward to rehearsals too. But I never go to rehearsal, but we're doing some songs like NOLA. Only time I ever sang it was in the studio, recording. So it's like, so that'll be fun.
Are there songs?
You've been working on NOLA for 15 years, so you haven't had time to rehearse.
We never. No, we worked on it. We worked on it once 15 years ago for a couple days,
and then took a break.
Then about I don't know, last summer or last March we tracked the drums, and then last summer we started working on it again. So it just there was a big 14.5-year gap that was just on the shelf.
Are there songs in the cat?
That slow. I wrote one line, and then in 6 months I'm gonna write another one.
See, now if you were still the old Tammy, I would have made a Coke joke there. But you're,
I would have had a lot of right here on this computer screen. There have been all a bunch of rail of Coke. Me and Danny are already jacked out of our head right now.
Are there
Instead,
songs?
just Danny is.
Shit changes. We have 3 ashtrays full of butts, cigarette, cocaine, and Jack Daniels and Budweiser.
With all this time off, and you said you guys are going to start, rehearsing and shit. Is there songs in the catalog that you've never played live that you would like to possibly work in now? I mean,
NOLA's one.
Yeah.
Little Dove we played once. We're gonna bring that back in. A couple others we haven't done sporadically.
We rehearsed Got No Room.
Yeah, we're doing probably No Room. And
nice.
We've been doing last year. We did Friends. We'll be doing that again. That's fun.
Nice.
And,
I've always wanted to hear Please Dear, but I know how tough it is to work 2 ballads into the set.
I know, and that's a long one too.
Yeah.
Friends, and
we do Friends, and we got a
house go together. Go because the best guitar player on earth, his name is Sam Bam.
Plays the Mando.
It works.
He plays the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Look,
Yoda.
This is how great Sam Bam is. He just flew back from St. Louis and he brought me my favorite beer that you cannot get out here. So thank you, Sam Bam. My Mick Golden Light.
Mick Golden Light.
Michelob Golden Light Draft. Oh yeah.
The fact that you just said that's your favorite beer.
Yeah. Did he bring you tampons to go with that?
Yeah, I got you some tampons.
Look, this is such a Minnesota thing that the UPC code is actually in the shape of Minnesota. You can't see it on there, but
Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
That now you've now admitted something more embarrassing than liking Makeup Kiss less than non-Makeup Kiss.
Oh, what's worse? What could be worse than that?
I never said I like non-makeup better. I just said it's really fucking good.
Animalize is the best record ever.
Oh.
That's a great album.
Oh.
I'm with you. I was fucking with this.
Oh my God. Okay, thank God.
This is what I love about Tanner. You can never get a straight answer.
St. James,
Rock and Roll Over is the best.
Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over. I mean, not the,
I know, Love Guns.
Not the Marquis St. James era. Come on, Izzy.
That was one record.
Yeah, it was. I wish that one would have taken 15 years to come out. Oh, Marquis St. James.
First half of the show brought to you by Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's, beateramplification.com. Hit them up and hit them up on Facebook. 100 watts of testicular fortitude. Yeah, 3 channels, hand-wired, hand-built, old-school Kiss tone, old-school Metallica tone, and that clean-ass old-school Fender tone. These things are badass. Hit them up, Beater amplification.com and hit them up on Facebook as well. And our good friends over at Mackie, you want to get into home recording, you want to get into podcasting, hit up Mackie.com. It's Mackie. And hit up those studio bundles, a very affordable way to check it out. Mackie.com. Let's check out, let's talk about Pirate Love a little bit.
Oh, wait, let's take some calls. Phil from Poughkeepsie. Why is Disney such an asshole? Well, okay, go. It's Phil from Poughkeepsie on the line. Just talk. All right, really? Why is he such an asshole? Oh, Phil, come on.
Scotty from Canada.
Oh, I hate him.
He says, please do Pirate Love on the cruise. Funny how I was just brought that up.
We're gonna play Pirate Love on this tour.
We get it, Pirate Cruise. Yeah, we're not playing that song on the fucking boat. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Why would you give them what the obvious is? We're gonna play I Love the Land.
I love we're actually going in there right now.
I love the land.
Yeah.
This is why I love Tender. I tried to do a straight interview with him once, and I asked him like a serious question, and he replied, "Chad Stewart has AIDS."
It's called Land Fucker. It's about our emotional attachment to the earth. Not the watery bits. No. All right, let's play Pirate Love and talk to Canada.
Oh God. How did Pirate Love come into the equation? I know you said you've been working on that one for a little bit too.
That 8 years. Question, it got tied into the whole NOLA, because that's where Thunders died in New Orleans. And
okay,
a buddy of our Sam mentioned, "Do you guys do a cover of Pirate Love? You guys should put that on the B-side." I was like, that's actually a good idea. So we went back in, like I said, we went back in and retracked a bunch of the guitars. And Ace came over and we redid some of the lead shit with him and Sam. And I redid all the vocals. And we went and did some fresh live drums at Ghibli's. Yeah, right, Ghibli's.
Ghibli's.
Yeah, Giblets.
Giblets.
You'll be glad.
And
Giblet.
Sam, the guy he's talking about, is Sam Harris, who helped did the artwork.
Did all the artwork for it, which is
nice. Killer artwork.
Oh, okay.
Killer artwork.
Yeah. No, it looks really good. I'm just a big fan. I love the idea. I love that you did the 45 because it's just such a really cool, it's a nice retro thing and nobody's doing it today. It kind of, I'm a huge vinyl guy. So
really kill it too.
Yeah.
It just, the whole package turned out really good. I just was really bummed when I was like, fuck, these are going to sell so fast. And I was like, even if you don't like it, you'll like it because of the cover.
Right. Yeah, the artwork's fucking amazing.
But it's like, then I called him the next day and I'm like, so I want to get some pre-order or get some a reorder. And he's like, yeah, like looking at October, November. I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck, it's like a balloon burst. I'm like, that's the fuck thing about 7 inches though too. It's even longer than the 12 inches because there's even less people that make them.
Right. Well, and plus,
yeah,
I think I heard you say that they sound better too, right?
Yeah, it's better quality, 45. So
I just started collecting 45s more out of boredom because I found a bunch and I was like, oh, those are cool. And I've got over 100 now, but it's just been like slowly just grabbing 45s.
When we first met, we were talking about what's the first fucking record you heard? It was like Jackson 5, 45. What was it? And I was like, mine was Mr. Big Stuff. I never go to get.
I even had a Banana Splits rec album.
Oh, nice. But
the what?
Banana Splits.
Oh yeah, yep, the Banana Splits.
Banana Splits album. It was little, like 3 or 4.
One of them wore a Nazi helmet, and no one ever said it. We have ways of making splits. They never got into that. But he did, right?
Tony from Kansas City, Tony Garcia, that's on the cruise all the time, says, tell Taime I'm gifting a nutcracker of himself when he gets to Kansas City. He's seated on the Virus Social Distance page that is run by your
Critter?
guitar player, Christian Simon.
Who?
Cool.
Critter. Critter's page.
Yeah,
that
Critter's page.
might as well have been a different language to me. Like, what we have a nutcracker, we have a social
some-
distancing.
Critter.
I've
Like one of those gay bathhouses and all that. All that.
Special
Kevin
codes.
Spacey goes.
This is the one that he gave me this one. He gave me this Ace Frehley one. He does a really
that's
cool.
great. Oh,
Yeah, he
wow.
does a
Oh,
great
wow,
job with these
okay.
things.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
all right.
it was cool.
all right.
Speaking of
Now it makes a little bit more sense.
You know how
Right.
when you've made it? When you get a nutcracker in my nuts. Yeah. No, in yours. In my nuts. These
You know how you made it? You know how you made it? These nuts are cracked. What the
That's how you know.
I do have a question about the quote unquote Nazi stuff, but let's hold off on that. This is your teaser because in 2 minutes and 2 seconds, we'll be right back with that answer to that question I am going to ask. It is another fucking podcast. We got Taime Downe and Slim Tender from Faster
Breaking news.
Pussycat.
We're seeing a UFO.
Nice. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Look at
Another
this.
fucking podcast, Metal Edge Magazine, baby.
It's got a shark tail. Can't tell what it is.
All right.
Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to vinnytortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at vinnytortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that band shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, halter tops, lace-up tees, and tube-top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsrocks.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for special offers and custom orders. Use the code IZZY25 for 25% off of your entire order at sasspantsrocks.com. That's sasspantsrocks.com. Let Sass Pants make you the envy of the party.
Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's Rockwood Saloon.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles, the whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking
All right. I had to bring back an old classic for the Faster Pussycat interview. It is another fucking podcast. Metal Edge Magazine is another fucking podcast. Second half of the show brought to you by A&P Laser. It's aplasers.com. Graduations are happening. Father's Day is coming up. You want to get something special for those that you love so good. Oh my God. Hit up aplasers.com and get something laser engraved. These guys are so good. They can even laser engrave a hot dog bun. I have seen it done. And hit them up, aplasers.com. And our good friend, John Palumbo, johnpalumbodesign.com. You have a band, you have a business. You need a website, you need a logo. Hit up our good friends John Palumbo at johnpalumbodesign.com, and Paul and I will be hitting up John Palumbo very shortly.
I was about to say, John Palumbo, Metal Edge needs a logo.
Yes, absolutely. And I will actually, I'll hit him up tomorrow about that shit. I was actually thinking about that today. You brought up like Nazi shit before, and I did want to get into this. I've talked to Chad about it.
And
on
it
the
wouldn't
show
be an
before.
interview if we didn't bring up Nazi shit.
Absolutely.
Tito, there's a dog on camera. Get over here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Fine.
Yeah, it's good buddies. Oh, hold on.
Look, Tito. Look, two little black dogs.
Oh, I got one too.
He's just like, all right, I'm chilling.
Carlos,
Right.
I'll fuck it either. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck it.
He looks like the same. They look like they're the same size. Yeah.
The tour in God, I can't remember what year it was. The Poison Faster Winger Cinderella tour.
Oh, that was fun.
That was when you guys came out with that whole different Nazi-esque look.
It was the Gestapo. Where they
Gestapo, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know that Nazi is where you want to directly just.
All right.
We just people. The thing with that whole outfit and everything else, we found out that we were going on like 4 o'clock in the day in the sheds outside. So it's like you can't have a light show, otherwise we're just going to be a white outdoor stage with nothing, no lights. And so like, what do? You fucking just dress in something fucking cool. And when we came out, we looked cool as shit. And it was
yeah.
I
mean, Manson ripped you off. Ripped you off a decade later, so you did something right.
Exactly, but we stood there for fucking 2 songs and didn't move. And they're expecting this old Faster Pussycat and then we got into it, but it was fun because there a lot of people like, what the fuck is this? I remember the first time we walked off the bus backstage at where we were in like Mobile, Alabama or Mississippi down there somewhere.
Somewhere
we just
where it was underappreciated.
And it was just like umbrella and a martini glass. Still have the umbrella too. The parasol.
Yeah. And that didn't really work out so great for us. So one time we played in Texas and Taime goes, why don't we dress like Taliban? And I was like,
that was Texas Jam.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we all wore
dressed like what?
The Taliban
burkas.
Oh my God!
Okay. Jesus Christ!
In Texas, sort of a festival.
During the day. It was. I got a few snappies of that, but not good quality, so you can't do anything cool.
Additionally, we got some booze.
But mostly people are in
booze.
Oh yeah, booze.
Tammy,
that idea.
Was there any part of that look? I mean, because of everybody that was on that tour, that were your classic, 80s MTV. I hate to say hair bands, but I mean that thing. Was any part of that look to like stand out from everybody else?
No, it was all about what do we do with. We don't have a stage. We don't have a light show. We're going to be going on during the day. Half the time you're in those sheds, the sun's on you. So you're just out there, and it just, to me, at least we're gonna we'll look cool. It'll be cool, and it looked fucking cool. It was
it did.
It worked. It was cool. People talked about it just out of the outfit. We went out there and rocked. We only played a fucking half hour.
Yeah.
So like that's all we got. So got to do something.
I know I saw you on that, but I don't remember seeing that lineup. Was there another version of it without Cinderella?
No, it was just us. It was Poison, Cinderella, Winger, and then us. We were the fucking. That was the whole tour, and it was funny. Winger's band they were all kind of standoffish at first. By the end of the tour, Kip's on our bus and everything, because our bus was called the Evil Bus.
Yeah,
we got kicked out of the parking lot a few times on the tour, but it's like. But most of the time, you'd see the artist bus just bouncing and disco and smoke coming out. Like it was. We'd be on the Poison, like they put out a little newsletter once a week and stuff. Maybe all commenting on what was going on the Evil Bus, and that tour was a long tour. It was like 3 months almost, and it was like, and it was fun. It was so much fun.
Chad, our drummer, bought a smoke machine and
Disco
a strobe
ball
light
and a disco ball
for the bus only. So, yeah,
That's fucking great.
Like,
So
we
Paul,
did the
just
show, and then like,
because
let's go the Evil Bus.
We'd be off stage, it's still light out. We're still like, okay, what do we do? And it's like we were done. Like,
go listen to 70s disco.
yeah, so we ended up having our own party.
And do cocaine.
you know, I saw that show.
It seemed obvious at the time.
I saw that tour in Duluth, and it was on Father's Day. And Tammy, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I started crying during House of Pain because I've never met my dad.
Because you thought Tammy was your father?
But yeah, that could possibly be. Yeah. But the thing that's always stood out at the end of the song, you said, "Happy Father's Day, fuck you, Dad." And I know now the rhetoric has changed a lot. When
my dad's passed since then.
Yeah,
we made up. I was like, I was an angry kid, but rightfully, but you only live once, and I didn't want to, so we made up before he passed away anyway. So yeah, shit happens, shit changes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Actually, one of the new songs is a continuation kind of. It's not a ballad.
A correction.
It's just a continuation. It's called "Wonderful Life." It's just basically about thanking him for the other shit. You know what I mean? That he did give me.
What was
That's the one. That's one of the ones we're working on right now with Motorbike.
Nice.
Number 5 and 6.
Nice. We were talking the other day. You said that you've known Tracy Guns for a long time.
Forever.
And I didn't know this. You were at the very first Guns N' Roses show ever.
Yeah, of course.
What do you remember about that?
Hardly anything. Hardly anything. Was that true?
So he was there.
I was there getting drinks and free drinks and shit. And that was before any drugs, just drinking. But it was fun. I mean, it was fun because I didn't know any of the songs because no one did. No one did except for you know what I mean? Because they're all new songs. So it's like, but it was cool. That's why I remember meeting. That's why I remember meeting Axel, and then I already knew Izzy.
Yeah.
See, Izzy was my first friend in LA.
Really? How did you meet Izzy?
I met him going up to the Rainbow one time when I came up. I moved from Seattle to San Diego. And then me and my friend drove up, and Izzy was one of the first people I met. And it was like I remember getting a little phone book down on Hollywood Boulevard, and Izzy's like, "You're the only one in it." And it was like we met him like in front of the Rainbow, like early. Like he goes, I go, "Who you with?" He goes, "But I remember Izzy had this pink biker jacket. That was cool. It was cool, all beat up and shit.
Yeah.
Who you here with too?" So that's my friend Todd. He's like, "You see that weird over by the phone booth?" Yeah. And it was Axel. So
wow.
I remember they had the phone booth outside the Rainbow, right? It was like just stood out of the ground by itself. And then we got to be friends then too. And so been friends with Izzy and Axel that long as well. So
Wow.
Izzy used to be one of my really close friends. He'd always come up on stage with us in the club days and play with us, play Starfucker or something.
Do you remember the last time you've talked to him?
Izzy?
Yeah.
I don't. It's always the last couple times things has been, oh, Izzy says to say hey, like, or same thing. Somebody else will be like, I'll be like, oh shit, tell that fuck I said hey. I've not talked to him in fucking 15 years since I started writing the song.
Since you started writing NOLA.
What did you do? House? We're a good band.
I just love that somebody else's dog is barking, not mine.
Right.
That's the way it is. We're in Hollywood. We got like gunshots, helicopters, and Carlos, and a UFO flying like
and a UFO.
man shrimp. Something.
Yeah, I did over COVID. When COVID broke, I actually wrote a book with Perry Farrell, and I basically was at his house every day for 3 months, and it was really interesting because we were going back through his life. It was basically a photo memoir we did, and we were talking a lot about the Scream days and everything, and it was really interesting because he would talk about other musicians, and he like multiple times. So it wasn't just one time where you popped into his head. He spoke really highly. You just don't expect it, but he spoke really highly of you and Faster Pussycat, which is just not something you would maybe expect from like Perry Farrell. But it was interesting because you don't realize, unless you were living through it, how different a lot of that scene was back then, and how different a lot of the bands were, and how much variety there was out there. Were you consciously?
We all played together though, at different like nights at Screams. We played a show with Jane's Addictions. We'd hang out a lot. We had a lot of friends, and like Eric, their old bass player, was dated my roommate. So it's like,
oh wow.
We knew. I was friends with Perry and all those guys like way back too at the beginning when everything was new. We were all kids. And and Perry was really good friends with my buddy Josh. So it's like and Josh knew how much I loved Jane's Addiction. The band just was fucking great. It's still great. It's still, when I hear it, it's still like, that was just a fucking fun time in LA. And there's so much fun shit. So cool. And those guys were just great.
Were you going out of your way to not be like everybody else? Because like sitting with Perry every day for 3 months, you really get like, he is who he is. I mean, and it's just all the kookiness and all the weirdness, and as abstract as he is, that's his personality. Were you guys are very different than a lot of the bands that you emerged with. Was that by design, or is that just who you were? Because you and I got to know each other during Newly Deads, which we kind of bonded a little bit over the fact that we were both fans of industrial music and stuff. So I think you guys also, like Perry, just came from a slightly different background where there were just different shades of fandom, right?
And just the people that were in my band too. We were from different spots. Like Greg was from the Bay Area, Brent was from the back, like from Monrovia out by Pasadena. Mark was from Las Vegas. We were all from different spots and liked different shit. So it's like I grew up in Seattle and moved to LA, and it's like I just was like a sponge. I liked fucking so much different stuff. It was just, and I appreciate everything. I like shit like Tone Loc and the whole Delicious Vinyl shit. That was they were friends with Rick Rubin and shit back then too. When we were doing our deal with Elektra, from all that old fucking Beastie Boys shit. Fucking, they were friends and stuff, and like that was the beginning back then. We were all kids, and it was a mixture of the rap shit and the change and just, it was fun. It was just like, that was LA in the late 80s. You know what I mean? It was just, I never tried to beat anything in particular. I just, we do what we do and we come up, we just all the shit just came up and just did what it did. You know what I mean?
Is that kind of why you and Ricky, when you were doing the Cat House thing, like when you guys would have bands, sometimes it didn't fucking matter what genre you were, it's just if you fucking kicked ass.
We'd have James, we'd have Mother Love Bone, we'd have Pearl Jam, we'd have fucking TSOL, we'd have Alice Cooper. And none of it would be in that. We had GNR, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, we didn't need any band play. It was packed every Tuesday, you know what I mean? So it was like, let's bands. They wanted to play. Let's do a fucking unannounced show, and then we announced it like 2 hours before we were opening. You know what I mean? Get there early if you want to have a chance to get in. But yeah, that whole time in Los Angeles, from the 87 to fucking 92 or whatever, it's just nuts. It was a fun time to be here.
Oh, I can imagine.
Be young and crazy.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Well, like, even as a kid, because I grew up in Minnesota, so I didn't, I wasn't, experienced that. But like when we saw,
Obviously, you drink Michelob Golden
And
Light or whatever it is.
When we hung out at a lake somewhere.
but like, as a kid, because I saw you open up for Kiss, I saw you open up for Motley, and I got a great story about that Motley show. It was during your set that this happened. But I mean, you could tell, you could just tell the fucking the grandiose of it, just the LA scene, just pumping off of the stage. So anyways, this happened during your set. This is amazing. So this is at the Met Center when you guys are on tour with Motley. And me and my buddy Bobber, who used to do fantasy football stuff on the show years ago, we sit down in our seats. He just bought his brand new Motley shirt. We're sitting there and the lights go down and your intro music starts, that Star Spangled Banner thing and yada yada yada. Lights go down and there's this couple behind us making out. Then all of a sudden Bobber does this and he pulls his hand and he does this, and there's a thick line going between these fingers. Now we don't know what it was, but he went to the bathroom, cleaned off, and never wore that shirt ever again. But that happened during fucking Faster Pussycat on the Motley tour.
It was a jizz shot.
Yeah, we're thinking it was a jizz shot.
You got jizz in the back of the what a great review. That's awesome. That's a song. Disneck. Izzy the Disneck boy. Izzy I'm from Poughkeepsie. You're on.
What do you got?
Cola. Izzy from Jizneck. Yeah.
Jamie, what do you remember about that Motley tour?
I just remember that Motley was supposedly sober.
Supposedly.
And we were supposedly, we were the opposite. Not supposedly. We were completely the opposite. But it was just fun because that was like a tour too. That was like, they were our friends from Electra and LA and home. And it was killer. When fucking Wake Me just came out.
Yeah.
And it was like, everything was kicking ass with us. And then we're on the cool rock tour to be on.
Yeah.
With our friends. So it was, and then we had the label that was milking it too for both the bands together. It was just, and they were sober and we weren't. So we got all the booze and the party. So that was, but I remember.
Oh, they were really sober.
Exactly. They were on
Or
the
you
way.
had a baby.
And I remember getting to fly with, Nikki invited me to fly to, I think it might've been to Minnesota from one of the dates on their planes. They were flying.
Yeah.
And forth. They had the crew buses who were out, and then they'd go and then they'd fly to the closest city and stay there and then whatever. But that was fun. That was the first time I was ever on like a little private plane.
Yeah. How did that?
The rest of it just being fucking a blast. We just kicked ass every night. When you're on a support band, not every show is killer.
Right.
You'll do some where they're like, oh, even though most of the people are into it, a lot aren't for certain ones. And then, but with Motley, that whole tour was just nothing but it felt like it was ours because we had the Wake Me shirts, the Wake Me logo that was the green and the shit, and those they glue in the dark. So like when the lights went off in the arena, we'd see all of our shirts all over the place. Now it's
nice.
Yeah, that was like we were still kids. That was our second record. So.
Oh, it's funny because Sledgehammer in the chat room says we were all kids. That's what makes these stories so great. Lori from Australia wants to know, have you ever heard of the Angels from Australia? And do you have any 2XL shirts left over from their last Australia tour?
Do I take the Angels, which I think in the US are called Angel City? They're great, man.
Were they from Australia?
Australian band called the Angels.
I think
Gotcha, okay.
I think so, and I think in the U.S. they were called Angel City.
Oh shit, they came over here. I did not know that.
Because of some other trademark thing, but they were Take Me Away to Marseille, fucking. Was there a couple other songs that were killer?
I'm thinking about funky.
They sound like kind of AC/DC and fucking.
Yeah.
Take me away to Marseille. Bought me a box.
Yep.
Cigar. Bought me a box.
Tammy got that one right.
That
The Australian band The Angels billed itself as Angel City to avoid legal problems with the Casablanca Records glam rockers Angel.
Yeah, never fucking great. I loved it. Tell her whatever. I love that.
And their logo upside down throughout the same.
Angel City was killer. They were like one of my favorite bands. When that shit came out, that was early, right when I moved to LA too. That was probably 85, 86 or something like that. When that shit came out, I think. Well, that's when I heard about it. I pretty much heard about it when it came out in the US, and I thought it was fucking awesome. Now, what was your other question?
Oh, he just wanted to know if you had any XX Australia shirts left from the last tour over there.
Let him go check. He'll go check. He'll come back when we.
Hey, look, I'm looking out for a bro, man. He asked the question. He asked the question.
I mean, Lori.
He had a couple.
Lori, do you want to know what he's got in his trader too?
We had a couple fucking remnants laying around, usually once in a while.
Yeah, you should have bought it, Dad.
Hopefully we get back. Hopefully we get back there again. So
yeah,
we were there a couple years ago, and it was fun. It was the first time we've been back there in like 8 years. So
how did how was the Kiss tour compared to the Motley tour?
Kiss tour was killer. We did 2 big Kiss tours, 2 different ones. So
okay, well, yeah, I was talking Hot in the Shade.
It was cool. It was like there was like that time I was a huge Kiss fanatic growing up too. It's like, so there's times where I didn't really smoke weed that often, but I'd go up to the very top of the fucking arena, get high, and then close my eyes and pretended they were in their fucking makeup and
pretended.
Gene Simmons was in his boots doing his shit and God of Thunder and
and pretend they weren't playing songs off Asylum.
Oh, then I open my eyes and Gene would be dancing around his little LA Gear shoes and but they were good. I mean, and Eric Carr I really was fucking honored to meet and be friends with that guy. He was a great human being. All of them were really cool. It was fun touring with them.
Dude, I heard Eric was a really cool guy. Do you have any good Eric Carr stories?
Not really, just that we just kind of hung out and he was just a fucking sweetheart. We'd always have like lunch and shit, and there was arenas and he'd be doodling his little notebook and stuff, and he was just always just a sweetheart. It's a really good guy.
Didn't you guys all go bowling at one point?
We both bowling a lot. That would be like a thing. We on the Kiss tour, the first 2 shows were like up in Binghamton. It was like the start of the tour, and we met somebody. There's a bowling alley right across from the hotel and shit, right by the venue as well. And we ended up befriending like people that worked at the bowling alley and at the bar and the people that owned it. So we just ended up being friends with them. We were there for 3 or 4 days because it was like there for the first day before. Then we had a rehearsal. Then there was 2 shows. So it was like, and it was like, so we just hung out there. It'd be closed, and we'd be at some other bar, and they'd go open it up for us, and then we'd just be all of us and the crew from Kiss, and then that started to snow. We got to be friends with not them, but there's also a couple pro bowlers that were there that were friends with
wow.
Shit. Nice. They were teaching us shit. And we're just drunk kids and fucking learning how to bowl, and we're all buying our balls and shit. We had to do spins and all that shit like that the right way. And then pretty soon that was the start of the tour. So then we all had our bowling balls, and then we'd be like, let's go bowling. And then for the next 3 years, because it was like we toured with different times, but yeah, even not just with Eric, but everybody. A lot of their crew would go with us. It's going to be the same people the next year. And a lot of those same crews were like on Kiss, on Motley, and they just jump tours.
I'm trying to picture in my head Gene and Paul bowling.
Nah, those guys didn't really go with us.
I'm still trying to picture it though, and I can't.
But we did go to. Gene would have his bowling party at Jerry's Deli. What was that other place? in the valley.
Yeah, it's like the bowling alley attached to Jerry's.
Yeah, the other one. It's,
Yeah.
Forget what it was called.
Pins?
Say what?
Is it Pins?
No, it's fucking like Center Stage or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Celebrity or something like that. But I remember I won fucking Gene Simmons still owes me a fucking bowling ball. I won, and Pamela DeBar's won for the girls. So.
Wow. So you're pretty good.
I was. This is a fucking long time ago. I since fucking fucked up my hands, so I can't do that shit now.
So I was thinking you might be a ringer for the Dio bowling charity event every year.
Well, we should do the TJ Martell thing before back in the day. We'd always do that.
Yeah.
I remember Blackie beat me out by like 2 points. We were like competitive, but we were always good sports. We were like, he'd be over there, we'd be looking at each other. I got good. I got good from learning from those pros, but then I fucked up the cartilage in my knuckle.
What would you bowl? Would you like I'm lucky if I could break 100, so
I got close to a 300. I missed it by one.
Oh wow.
I know that was a perfect thing.
Wow.
But I'd bowl around 2. That was like sometimes they get in a roll. And we used to do back when we were doing the Pretty Ugly Club, like when 2000, whatever. We had a side club called Kingpin. We do on Sundays. We all started going bowling on Sundays, and pretty soon it was insane. It was like it started as 2 lanes, just us getting together on Sunday morning, going bowling, and it turned into half the bowling alley. Yeah. There'd be like 15 lanes of just us, like just all our people. It went on for a good year and a half, so 2 years almost.
An excuse to drink at 9
Yeah, so we started a club down the street, and we called it Kingpin. So me and Ricky Baca.
Wow.
So it was basically the rainbow in a bowling alley.
What was that club called?
It was where Big Lebowski was filmed.
That's where we bowled.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Which is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Either. Well, the building's there, but now it's owned by the school district.
Yeah. Should have guessed that.
Yeah, that's where the Big Lebowski was filmed.
Oh, nice.
That was their spot.
I talked over you when you had a question. Go ahead. Do you remember what it was?
What?
Who are you talking to?
You. I talked over you when you were going to ask something.
Oh, you did? I have a question.
Go for it.
Look,
Go
he's
for
so
it.
polite. I started to ask a question.
It's that Minnesota nice.
No, this was he just said something now. And it's just interesting because you've been in LA since the start, and you've been like a fixture. You've had your clubs. You've done. What's it like watching the changes LA has gone through? Because it's so different today. I mean, I've been here almost 20 years. I've been here exactly 20 years now, and just the change from when I got here to now is just profound. I can't even imagine being here 40 or 50 years.
It was, I've been here 35 years now, about 36. So there's a lot of change from the old days up until like the mid 90s and shit, the whole Seattle thing. But it was still always rocking in LA. It went through different shifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Today I have since 2000, 2006, 7 or whatever. It's just kind of weird. It's like you still got the staples. You got the cool rock clubs like Trube and the Trube and the Whiskey and the Roxy and the Rainbow and all that shit. All the other stuff is just, you know what I mean? It's just like whatever. There's not like a scene, not like I'm 22 and out there hitting the clubs every day.
Yeah,
right. It is anyway, so I wouldn't really know. I just know that it's not the same place it was.
It's not this. Yeah, it's not. It's
not. I'm not the same person I was then as well.
Right.
It's like everything, anything, buildings and streets and stuff that disappears and that's gone now. Shit.
I was just at I think Katana. Yeah, it was Katana, and across the street. Katana used to be across the street from the House of Blues on Sunset, and like literally we're sitting there staring, and I'm like, that building, it's now a huge hotel. It's literally a huge hotel that looks like it's straight out of Vegas with like neon and everything, and that's exactly where the House of Blues used to be. It's just like
that's gone. Coconut. And I remember the House of Blues being built.
Yeah. Wow.
Wasn't that
Wow.
long ago. It wasn't like fucking.
It was a good room.
Yeah, yeah. It was
It was a really good room.
It was really good.
You know, it's funny. Paul talked about how you're kind of a staple here. I always joke that you're kind of fucking Lemmy of hair metal. You know, even though I hate the word fucking hair metal. How did you know Lem? How did you know him well? Did you?
I knew him. He was cool. He was a good guy. I remember we first moved out here, and I was with my buddy Matt from Cleopatra Records. He's from New York, and I remember doing a double take. Lemmy was in. He got his vest on, his hat, his shit, and his Daisy Dukes. Yeah, Daisy Dukes and his white cowboy boots.
On those.
I was like, what the fuck? Last time I saw him was at like the fucking Rainbow. No, it was that was at the Rainbow. This was at when I saw him before that. It was in London when we were out there with the Almighty and stuff. And then he had just moved to LA, so it was like, yeah, he was tearing it up. It was fucking, but it was awesome. And he used to always come to the Pretty Ugly Club too. So. Great legs. Good guy.
No, he was great. He was fantastic. I had a funny story. I took a picture with him and I did a bunch with him at Metal Edge and everything, so I knew him. And my wife worked with him. She was one of his agents for like over a decade, and she'd never met him. And so on the motorboat cruise, I took her. We were backstage and we were talking to Lemmy for a bit, and he went to take a picture with her, and he turns to me and he's like, "We never took a picture, did we?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think we did." And he's like, "I'm not going to be around much longer. You better get your picture now."
Nice.
Wow.
This was literally 3 months before he passed, and it was crazy. Rika takes the picture, and I go, "How did it?" And I'm not photogenic, and I go, "How did it come out?" And she goes, "Good." And I look at it, and I go, "Jesus!" And she goes, "What?" And I go, "My tits look huge," because I was wearing. And this is the funniest thing. I go, "My tits look huge." And Lemmy goes, "Let me see." And he like reaches up, pulls my arm down, and he goes, "Buddy, the rest of you ain't looking much better."
I remember we toured with we did the first date we did with Cooper. We did Motorhead and we were in Phoenix somewhere, and I remember them just Lemmy and the rest of the guys were all just fucking running around with the little Instamatics.
Oh yeah.
Backstage, we were all outside decks and shit, and we're all like just running around taking pictures. I was like, holy shit! I thought these guys were gonna. The rest of the band was gonna be all tough and mean guys. Yeah. They're all like, and mean guys. They're all like, let's get a pic. And it was like, I was like, it was so funny. I go, this is Motorhead.
They were prepping you for the Monsters of Rock cruise. Hey, can I get a picture? Hey, can I get a picture?
I have not been on a Monsters of Rock cruise yet. What is it? Just complete mayhem for you, or are you able to relax?
You've been on a rock cruise, right?
I've been on every cruise other than the Monsters of Rock.
It's just the same shit.
It's the same. So it's the same. Okay.
It's just debauchery the whole time. I mean, now that I'm sober, it's like I see it more.
Mm-hmm.
I see what to stay away from.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as long as they're having fun, that's all that matters.
Right.
But before we get off the boat, we get on the boat, put our stuff in our staterooms and go drink.
Yeah.
Drink and do what not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, have you taught them to make non-alcoholic Miami Vices yet? That's the important question.
I guess I do miss them, but those go hand in hand with the smoke.
Gotcha.
So I got
what is in a Miami Vice?
Just a pina colada and a daiquiri. It's like it's a daiquiri and a pina colada on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's a daytime drink where you drink 50 of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you switch to Jack and Coke at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you're dead the next morning because you were drinking sugar and alcohol. Just
you start over all over again.
Yeah.
Right after breakfast. Right after breakfast, you start because you can start on those at 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a Jack.
I was about to say, I don't know what time you get up, but I'm not usually on those things. I usually go to bed around 4, so it's like I'm not getting up for breakfast.
Oh
That's
yeah,
like,
I just go there and fucking get bacon.
yeah, exactly. Bacon and hash browns. Just give me fried and.
I was bacon, cocaine, and cigarettes. You know, we do. Everyone staying up drinking. You also learn how to go get bacon
while you're sleeping.
Well,
yeah,
everybody else is sleeping. There's a window. Yeah, it's like
when they put the fresh tray of bacon.
Yep.
You know, Taime,
and fill up and run back to my room.
Yeah, I do, because I'm fat. I love bacon. You've had this band for a long time. How did you meet Tender?
I met Danny way before, right when we went out to Faster went out to New York for the first time to do a photo shoot for the first record, which we never ended up using too. But it was cool because we got to go to New York on a thing. So I was friends with his girlfriend, Bethany, and she goes, "You got to meet my boyfriend." I'm like, "Fucking cool." So we went over to their place and I met him, and then we just went to a bar or something, fucking beers. And then it was like, then I've been friends with Danny ever since. And then he was like in the Throbs and shit.
Yeah.
Out to LA and staying a block away from me. Yeah. And he goes as well. And then when he moved here, then we're like, fucking, let's do it. I was newly dead first. Yeah, he was a dead boy for a bit. And newly deads are, everybody said they were so industrial. They all called me Leonard Skinner. It wasn't that industrial. Just had some elements. It was still pretty fun.
The elements were definitely there. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't an industrial band, but it was
right.
And it was almost the visual.
We weren't Neubauten or fucking.
Exactly. I think the visual was almost more industrial than the music itself. It was just a different look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
if I recall correctly, wasn't it? It was a different look.
It was a different look, and it was just it had a little bit more aggression, but the songs were still 4/4, but they had textures and loops.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was something new for me because I wanted to keep doing something different. I wanted to just repeat everything. And at the time too, I was learning about different bands, and I was becoming friends with a lot of them, and they were teaching me shit. So I was just kind of like a sponge as well. I was just trying.
There was a girl in Newly Deads, right?
Say what?
There was a girl in Newly Deads, right?
Megan.
Yep. Okay. All right.
She's awesome.
I didn't realize that's where you started, Danny. Okay.
The band right before Danny. Danny took her spot, and I didn't take her spot. She suggested that you guys get me because me and her were friends as well. Yeah. And it was. Danny was already working for me at the pretty ugly. Yeah.
Well, let me ask.
She was like, Danny's a better looking woman. Let him be in the band.
He hired me to do the door band, and I was so bad at it. He gave me a raise to stay away from the door. And I go, as soon as I got a line out there, like, Danny, get in there. He said, I'm friendly. Because we got Sabrina, the door, the cashier Nazi. She was awesome. Nobody gets it free. I remember having to go get money for like my friends that she charged. They're on the list. It's right there. But we came home with more money because of her. So she was the best.
That works. And you don't have to be the bad guy.
No.
Let me ask you this: when you decided to put Faster back together, I mean, did you immediately reach out to the guys that were in the band originally, or did you just say, "Well, fuck it, I just want to go with these guys"?
No, I was going with these guys, but I was like, if we're gonna do Faster, I'll call Greg and Brent. You know what I mean? Mark was already gone and disappeared. Yeah. Eric was already kicked out for doing the same shit Mark did. But there was no I was like, I'll bring Greg and Brent in, and there wasn't really any animosity towards Eric. I still liked him, but we already had a thing that we were doing, and I didn't want to change it up. I was adding Greg and Brent to the new shit that I was doing. I put the original Faster Pussycat together.
Mm-hmm.
I put the Newly Deads together, and if I'm going to do another Faster Pussycat, I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it. So that's.
So you control the name. The name is right. There's not going to be another Faster Pussycat in 2 weeks.
No, there isn't. That was like that happened for a minute.
Yeah,
I put an end to that. But I'm good with everybody. I talk to Greg all the time, and I talk to Brent every once in a while, and Eric's like, I think he's in Vegas. I mean, I'm good with everybody. We get along fine. Mark, I don't know where he's at, and you know that Brett just recently died. So
yeah.
So that's that.
Well, that was
Killed that one. I didn't.
Way to bring the mood down.
You noticed the rise of fever and AIDS.
I miss Brett. Brett was a good guy. He just kind of went off on a weird.
Yeah.
Shit happens. I remember him.
Do you have a lot coming? I know you're doing the M3 festival. That's 4th of July. You're playing on the 4th of July, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
you are.
no,
You're playing.
Yeah. We leave on the 16th for the road. First shows on the 18th in Vegas.
Okay.
So we're out for until like the
July 31st. So
no, it's the 1st so far, and then I think there's going to be a Phoenix date on the end, Phoenix or Tucson, one of the, like the 2nd or 3rd of July. Then we'll be, or August, and then we'll be home.
August, yeah.
So yeah, we're out for like 5.5 weeks right now, like 6 weeks. So.
Yeah,
So you'll actually be in a bus at M3.
Say what?
You'll be on a bus at M3.
Yeah, that's like in the middle of the run. We still, like I said, the 16th, but we'll already be out.
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, well, that'll be interesting too, because we haven't done that in a long time. Because usually M3 is a fly out.
Yeah, I know. That's. I've got a band flying. Hurricanes flying out. When I need to escape everything, I'm gonna come knock on the bus door. Get me away from everybody.
You better come stay fucking.
It's like, oh my god. No, I'm specifically staying Sunday because of you guys. So that's like, I'm like, yeah, that'll be good.
Cool.
So cool. And I'm looking forward to that. So you're doing a full tour.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of short because of COVID. So
yeah, but it's still
the whole West Coast is out. So we're not.
Yeah.
You know, all of California, Oregon, Washington, and shit. We're all ixnayed. We're probably going to do a run in the fall, just a West Coast run.
Just West.
LA.
It's so strange because it's so with like the internet and everything. It's amazing that people can find stupid shit that doesn't matter on the internet and share it a million times. But like in Texas and Florida, they can't figure out that like California's got completely different rules. Like everybody doesn't understand. I can't tell you how many people are like stunned that like, what do you mean your clubs aren't open? Well, I mean, like, what do you do all day on the internet where you don't know what's happening in the rest of the country? I mean, it's insane, but it's like, yeah, we have completely different rules here.
Yeah, totally.
You just go, we have Gavin Newsom. Go away.
Yeah. I just referred to it as the People's Republic of California. That's
yeah, exactly.
Gavin's a pretty guy.
I think we need Caitlin to sort this.
Oh, Jesus.
What did he say?
Caitlin?
Are you giving your endorsement for governor?
Oh, no, I was making a joke about. No, I want just leave it the way it is.
Leave it away.
That sounds stupid.
Since we're talking about touring, I did want to get into this. Where do you draw the line between going to markets too much between not enough? Because I know Faster, you guys make your living on the road, but do you find that maybe going to markets too many times in a year might affect the draw down the line?
I don't care. We'll go. You know what I really like to do though, especially being as old as I am and having done this for so fucking long. What I like to do is go to places I've never been, even if it's just some weird fucking bar in some little weird town. I prefer it. Go to someplace different.
Yeah.
Someplace where I can say I've never been.
Yeah.
I've been there. You've been to that little town? That's a cool little town. It's like, those are usually the ones that end up the gigs, even if the venue's kind of funky and weird.
Yeah.
Usually ends up being the gig that's cool. Is like the most fun. Because I've done all the badass shows and killer rooms and Yeah, I've done all that, and that's all cool. Throw me the money for doing all that shit, but I'm not. I don't think overplaying. We don't overplay that much. We're not like
In one area.
Like in the old days, we'd be out with Motley and Kiss and fucking somebody else all within the 3 months.
Yeah.
We'd be jumping from tour to tour. We'll be back in Toledo again.
Yeah.
We played Toledo, Ohio, like 3 times in fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
But we'd be supporting.
Trying to remember. We were the last time Drowning Pool did a tour. I was out with them, and I'm trying to remember where the hell we were. I think it was Nebraska, and you guys were headlining. It was an off night, and you guys were headlining. And it was like all the guys are huge fans, and they're all just like, it's what they listen to on the bus and everything all the time. And I'm like, let's go, we're going to Faster Pussycat. They're like, you know what it's like on a day off where it's like the last thing you want to do is leave. You have a hotel room, you're like, I'm not leaving. You're like, oh. But it was funny. It was packed. That show was literally, I couldn't even get to the wall. It was insane. And then I could get to the bar rather. And I'll never forget, I'm trying to remember the name of the club, the Lookout Lounge. It was the Lookout Lounge.
Where was it at?
I think it was Nebraska.
I
think it was Nebraska. There was a sign near the door. There was a sign near the bathroom that says, "Please do not do cocaine in our bathrooms."
Oh, hold on. I gotta play it.
I think
cocaine's a hell of a drug. I think I took a picture of it actually.
I think
it was Omaha.
Strip club too. Oh, that was in Lincoln. I remember.
Let's see if I.
You
It said, "Please don't do cocaine in our bathroom."
You know, if there's a sign that
So
says
great.
"Please don't do cocaine in our bathroom," that just means like, fuck it, we're gonna do cocaine in your bathroom.
And
That just means
I probably did.
That just means there's cocaine somewhere in the bathroom and you've got to find it.
That means somebody in this bar is holding.
Yeah. Someone in
Yeah, exactly.
Or they wouldn't have a sign for it.
Someone's got the cocaine.
We're gonna find Steve.
He's got the cocaine.
Someone's got the cocaine. Let me see. Oh wait, did I find it? No.
No.
Nah, we wouldn't remember anything.
No. I will find it, and it is a hell of a sign.
The place in
Yeah,
Ohio.
text it to me, Paul, when you find it.
That place in Ohio.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's so good.
The guy's the chef in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
It's downstairs, but he always gives us the best.
Oh God, it's so good.
That's one of those shows.
That's in Cleveland.
Tammy, speaking of the cocaine, is it hard for you? I mean, this just shows how
The cocaine.
no, this just shows how loyal you are to your
cocaine.
guys. Because look, it's Faster Fucking Pussycat, but now the boss is clean and sober. You know, he's done.
I don't fucking tell them what to fucking do. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want them dying, but I'm not a preacher.
Right. Well, I just, because there's a lot of people out there who just go, all right, cool, I'm clean. If you don't get clean, you're out of the fucking band. You know, and you're just like, well, fuck it.
I got to stay alive, but I don't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I don't fucking care what these fuckers do. I don't want them fucking doing a bunch of shit in front of me.
Why, you got
But,
some?
Yeah.
But if you did a bump in front of me, it doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
do that because that is whatever. So we had a drug problem. Moving on.
I mostly had a cigarette.
That's
Really, what I had was a cigarette problem. I just party when I only partied or drank when I worked.
Yeah. Turns out he worked a lot.
I only smoke when I drink.
I was like, fucking get that shit away from me.
I'm gonna cook and grow peppers.
Well, and this is the funny irony of this is I had the sober kid in the band buy me beer.
Yeah, he's the other.
Izzy, that's not beer.
Hey, Paul, 10 middle fingers. All 10. We should talk about Sam Bam a little bit because I think Ace is the one that brought him into the mix.
You mentioned him 4 times every time you talk about your beer.
But we haven't talked about how great. we've talked about how great of a guitar player he is, but
a great person.
Yeah, and a great, amazing person. Sam Bam's fucking great. Taime, what were your first thoughts on Sam Bam when you met him, and what he brings to the band?
I met him at Albane for Leather's shop before even Ace even introduced, because there was a couple people Ace couldn't do the tour, and it was like, okay, who do you recommend? You know, I think I got somebody, and then somebody else had mentioned Sam as well, so it was like, it's kind of like, oh, let's check this kid out, and I was like, oh, I fucking met him already. I met him through Albane, and he's just a really good kid. He's talented. He had everything down before I even really met him. So it's like, and then it was just killer.
He's a pleasure. He's the perfect. He's exactly what we needed, especially with the change and trying to. You know, Ace was with us for a decade, basically.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, anytime trying to replace somebody is always a bitch. I have a family and I try to keep it together.
Yeah.
Every aspect of it, you know what I mean? So it's like changing anything is it's a big thing for me. So having Sam come in and do what he did, and just being young and just being like really wise for his age, and
being better looking than Ace.
Way better.
I love you, Ace.
I know Ace is watching that.
Ace is like, fuck you, Paul.
Hey, Ace is pretty. He's very pretty. Ace is pretty. Everybody loves Ace. He's naughty. But Sam is amazing. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he is.
It's been a pleasure working on this new shit with him too. He's like, just wait till you hear the leads he's got on some of these new tracks that are coming up. Really cool. So,
awesome. Hold on. We have another question from the chat room. Sledgehammer
wants to know if you have any 4XL shirts left from your second tour.
Hold on, Paul. On that note, Lori said that the reason he asked that question is because he went to the show in Brisbane, he bought one, and he gave it to his buddy.
At least like jizz on the back. I had some. We brought some back. We only had like a few left when we came back, and we got rid of them pretty quick online.
Yeah. Little bit of tour advice to all the people that aren't professional touring musicians or crew members. If you are not a normal size shirt, buy the fucking shirt when you see it, because we usually bring about anything larger than XL. There's usually 2 of them. That's it.
Yeah.
And that just
Paul. Now after COVID and knowing how this country is, order more double.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, triple XLs, because a lot of the doubles are going to be triples now. Yeah.
My good buddy Mike Dawson from the Adam Carolla show, he did a pre-order for his record, and it all included like t-shirts, and he said you would not believe how many triple XLs were ordered in this pre-order. So order the fat guy's shirts. Take that from a fat guy. Anyways,
it's where your audience is. You gotta know where you sell the most tickets. You gotta know.
So Sledgehammer says it. I've never known the answer to this question, actually, and this kind of a basic question that's probably been asked to you a billion times, but I don't know the answer. And he goes, they're not called Faster Pussycat for nothing. So my question is, never mind, I'll Google it. The meaning of Faster Pussycat.
Meaning of Faster Pussycat. Yeah. It was named after a Russ Meyer.
Yeah.
Russ Meyer movie. You don't know the movie?
No,
you didn't know. I didn't know.
Look, I figured that would be. I just wanted to ask the question that somebody asked in the chat room because they're listening live right now.
The big titty bank robbers. Bang, bang. Kill. It's just a cool old movie.
It's really cool. No, I was surprised you didn't know that, Izzy.
Well, I mean,
Russ Meyer did, and Russ Meyer did direct our first video. Yeah.
Really? How did that come about?
That came about through Elektra and us approaching Russ Meyer to do it. That was before Mudhoney did theirs too. So
that was after he sued them for using the name Faster Pussycat.
It was cool. He was fucking totally into it, and I got to go to like the down to the casting shit, and they had like, who they have Haji and Kitten and Tividad and a bunch of the other girls from Russ Myers. It was just cool just seeing nostalgia and shit. Even though we didn't use those girls because they were a little older.
Yeah.
Russ was the one in charge. He was the one picking. So, but he invited them down and stuff.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice. Paul, you got anything else?
I got something. Have you heard the new Weezer song?
Yeah, it sounds like Weezer.
No. Do you know what the chorus he says?
I don't know. I heard it in passing.
He says she looks like she could be in Faster Pussycat.
Check it out. It's really cool. It's a cool.
No way.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
Hold on. We have another very important question that just came in. Some big-titted blonde named Lena wanted to ask Danny if he liked his fucking cheesesteak, please. We really need to know.
Tell her Tammy didn't like his at all because he didn't fucking get one.
And I said, tastes like pecans.
Pecans.
Oh,
so I love
Lena's our merch girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I love Lena to death. But she texted me and I just had to read it exactly
like it came through.
That's why I keep getting up, because Keelan and Lena keep calling me. And I said, I'm doing something. They said, oh, say hi for me.
Yeah. Oh, just like you've called me when I was in the middle of a podcast when Chad was on.
Exactly.
Hey, why aren't I on this?
Yeah, why wasn't I?
Because we were talking about fucking records that we were debating, and you would be like, all Chad Stewart has AIDS.
Hey, do you call my phone right now?
Because you would give the proper response to a debate over asylum and animal eyes. Chad Stewart has AIDS.
Is he call me and listen to
Chad's
my
got
phone
AIDS
ring
and
for
AIDS.
you?
Oh shit! No, hold on. We gotta do this. we have to do this. Oh shit!
Where's
It's not gonna be as funny as my Chad Stewart picture for his contact.
No, it's pretty good.
All right, hold on, Danny.
Thank you,
audio.
Tammy.
All right.
Oh, read it.
Really? Really?
Oh, and by the way, everybody who watches the YouTube, you now have Izzy's cell phone number. Call him all day, every day.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you. I was expecting.
Give him a call. He likes boys between the ages of 16 and 19.
I was expecting this photo to come up.
No,
Nice.
God.
I'm working on it. I have it.
Yeah, I can tell you what's not gonna. I can tell you what's not gonna come up after seeing that photo.
So I guess this is what's happening tomorrow. I'm getting my phone bill paid off and getting my number changed.
You just have to blur it out for the YouTube. Just go ahead and edit.
That sounds like work.
Yeah, it happened at. For the record, it happened an hour and 31 minutes in. Just get to that point and blur it.
Exactly. Or just clip it.
Or just
cut it.
Or honestly, for someone who complains he doesn't get laid a lot, maybe you should leave the number up there and see what happens.
Maybe some nice fellas will call you.
Yeah, leave it.
For a girl,
if you get a date.
Yeah, you can just tender. You heard of Grinder? You got tendered.
Tendered.
Well, at least
someone's gonna fuck you now.
At least I know the gals will be, drunk enough to think I'm attractive. So that's all that matters.
I'm not gonna rape you. Someone's gonna get in there.
Danny also likes to play gay chicken. And if anybody doesn't know what gay chicken is, that's when another guy leans in to kiss you, and the first one to back out loses.
Oh yeah, I've never lost a ever. Ask my dad. Yeah, he's a prank play.
But he kisses real well.
Horrible, my dad.
God. Anyways, Taime, you want to give out all the info if you want to pre-order shit or buy merch or
Are you sold out yet? I mean, there's that.
Right, come out. You got a few couple weeks to get shit. Yeah, and then just come out on the road. So we'll be going out on the road, get all that stuff out there.
And if you
we'll have a bunch of new stuff too. 2 brand new shirts.
Nice.
Tour dates, 2 new hoodies, and probably a new tank top as well. So we'll have a bunch of cool stuff.
And we also have 3 extra large Australian tour shirts. But yeah, don't tell whoever that guy was. Good eye.
Just for Lori.
He's gonna come to a show. He's gonna earn it.
And we will be putting a few more singles probably tomorrow. Because I think we're gonna put up 50 more, and that'll be it for
okay. And that's fasterpussycat.com.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm gonna buy 45 of them, so I have like all the collector's items.
You can only buy 2.
Oh,
you got to limit.
Smart man.
People that are all aggro. Yeah.
I just want to know when you guys are gonna record "Freak" by Flip.
Oh, that's such a good song.
I know. Well, Chad was saying you guys used to listen to that before you left off the bus.
Okay. No, we didn't play it, but we might have jammed it with somebody else that knew it.
No, you were supposed to jam it. The rest of the band was there, but you on my birthday at Lucky Strike, but you ended up being sick, so you weren't able to come and do it because we were supposed to do Freak and Cat House. So I had to take your place and sing it instead of just play guitar. But the rest of the band was there. So Danny, yes, we have played.
But I listened to that song ever since it came out. I used to listen to it all the time on the tour, getting ready. I always play that track. Even when I DJ, I play it. And I used to DJ at Viper Room for Steel Panther, well, they were called Metal School, Middle Shop.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at the Roxy, I always play that.
Nice. Yeah, Taime, if you look behind me, that guitar hanging from my amp, that's the Bryn guitar. That's
right on. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's watching this, that is actually a Hondo Coyote, the Billy Gibbons signature model that Bryn just took upon himself to buy a shitload of them and made it the Flip guitar. So there it is.
I like when you go. I like when you said, "If anyone's watching."
Lena is.
Lena's listening. She's listening at least. Well, she's probably not listening. She's just probably just texted me to like give you shit. But Paul, you got anything to pimp out, to promote, anything?
Check out the new Jason Charles Miller video, Expiration Day, that came out last week. Bunch of other stuff coming up, but we'll just stick with Jason for now. Next week I'll plug other stuff.
All right, very well. Let me hit the Black Diamond outro music really quick. Oh yes, this has been Metal Edge Magazine's Another Fucking Podcast. Taime Downe, Danny Nordahl, they're fucking tender. Faster fucking Pussycat, Bubba.
And you can download NOLA too.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It is available anywhere that streaming is dead and downloading is available. Check out the brand new Faster Pussycat album, 45. NOLA. 45.
It took 45. It took 15 years to make.
It's better quality than an album. It took to make one.
And it sounds fucking amazing. Make sure you guys hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show page is Another Effing Podcast. Hit up Metal Edge Magazine on Instagram and Facebook as well. And yes, you can catch me at Rockin' Pod in Nashville, August 6th through the 8th. And yes, I will be doing stand-up comedy at least one night of that. And Punchlines and Backlines is coming back here in Hollywood as well. So keep it posted. My name is Izzy Presley. On behalf of Paul Gargano and Taime Downe and Danny motherfucking Nordahl, this has been Metal Edge Magazine's Another Fucking Podcast.